Hey everyone, Coach Investor back to another Tesla weekly video for you today. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend so far. So this video I want to talk about not only the Cybertruck delivery event, I want to touch on China numbers, sales numbers out of Europe as well for the month of November, some announcement with regards to the energy side of things, but of course the last part of the video will focus on the Cybertruck delivery event because the reaction was a bit mixed. I knew Wall Street would react a bit negatively. As always, every single event, the stock goes down the day after. I mean, maybe once or twice the stock went up, but overall, it's always a disappointment, let's call it. But the event itself, I mean, even the Uber bulls were not that excited anymore, in my opinion, because the event was so hyped up and the delivery of that delivery event did not meet the expectations. Anyways, we're going to talk about that later in this video. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, first things first, the China Tesla insured numbers for the week of November 20 to 26. Those came in at 16,700. That's down 2% quarter over quarter, but still up 35% year over year. And despite a slow start to the quarter, we are getting back on track slowly but surely. Then with regards to the mix here between the Model 3 Highland and the Tesla Model Y, as always, Tesla Model Y keeps outperforming. And as you can see, the Model 3 Highland is basically flat week over week. Now I want to touch on something that was posted on X with regards to the Model Y's success in China, despite it being way more expensive than a BYD, for example. So Tesla Model Y sold only 14% fewer vehicles than China's most popular BEV, the BYD One Plus, despite the Model Y's 66% to 108% higher price point. So no, you cannot come with the excuse of there is no demand, the competition is killing Tesla in China. Despite the fact that the BYD model is much cheaper, it's the most popular BEV there. Despite that, people are still willing to pay way more for a Tesla Model Y in China. So no, in my opinion, there is no risk of, oh, the Chinese competitors are going to eat Tesla's lunch. No, I believe the story will be actually reversed. When Tesla will announce a much cheaper model, it's Tesla that's going to eat the other's lunch because Tesla now goes down market. It's way easier to go down market than to compete with cars that cost more and are already so successful, in my opinion. Continuing here on the Model Y. So last year, the Tesla Model Y became the third best-selling car model in the world. The first and second came in slightly over and under 1 million units. The Model 3 came in at 750,000. Of course, the Model 3 for 2023 is going to be much lower than that. Now, the Model Y right now, after 10 months of sales this year, we only got numbers for 10 months. Sales are already 24% higher and the best 2 months are yet to come. So yes, I think we can now comfortably say that Model Y is on track to be the best-selling car overall in the world in 2023. Not bad for a company that is struggling with demand. Anyways, before moving on to Europe sales, if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, we really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. Alright, so Denmark, they reported 2,427 Tesla sales and 8.7% market share in November. Tesla is there the best-selling brand, Model Y best-selling car, with the Model 3 in second place. As for France, they reported 9,389 Tesla sales and 6.1% market share in November. Tesla is the 7th best-selling brand in France. 34% of the sales were Model Y and 65% Model 3. As for Norway, they reported 1,688 Tesla sales, 16.3% market share, of course their Model Y best-selling car, Tesla best-selling brand. As for Spain, they reported 2,472 sales for November, 33% came from Model Y, 66% came from Model 3. So not too bad of a number right now. Of course, we'll have more countries report their sales in the days to come. I will probably cover that next week. Now, moving on to the Cybertruck delivery event. I always add the word delivery there because this is the biggest difference here between having a big event to just having a delivery event, which was basically this day handing over the first Cybertrucks to customers. Now, I've made the comparison, I've seen this comparison a lot on X, on YouTube as well. Why doesn't Tesla take a page from Apple's playbook when doing events? Not just for the Cybertruck, by the way, for everything. Apple are geniuses at events, right? It's so well made, it's very nice. And now for people that are saying, oh, but they didn't want to reveal everything so that the influencers, YouTubers, stuff like that can reveal it themselves and have a lot of excitement, it doesn't make much sense. Because when Apple launches the new iPad, new MacBook, new iPhone, Vision Pro, you name it, they reveal everything during the event. And still people watch the videos on YouTube from their favorite influencers, such as MKBHD, for example. So in my opinion, they should have told us everything we needed to know in that event. I mean, they themselves, Elon Musk himself is hyping up this product launch so much. So we were expecting probably something a bit more professional. I mean, Farzad's live stream was so much better. And I mean, Farzad, with all the respect, is not Tesla. He's growing his YouTube channel, his production, the production team behind that live stream is amazing. But if he can do such a great job, him and his team, why couldn't Tesla deliver on their biggest product launch in years and years? A disappointment. Also, why was everything on the website after the event was done? I mean, Reserve now, of course, the prices we know more expensive right now than it was in 2019. Even when you adjust it for inflation, the price is still higher and the range is lower. I mean, we can have the comparison here. The Verge compared the two models here. So the Cyber Beast versus the Tesla Cybertruck Tri-Motor. Back then they said 500 miles. And remember, a lot of people were like, yeah, 500 miles, incredible, nobody will be able to compete. And right now, when we know that it's 320 miles, yes, you can add the extender there, which, by the way, also, why not talk about all the accessories, the extenders, all of that during that event? I mean, it's nice that you can race against a Porsche 911 while towing a Porsche 911. It's nice that a Tommy gun does not penetrate your doors. That's great. But why not talk about all of these details? Why not talk about the camping aspects of things, working aspect, all of that? I mean, in my opinion, they dropped the ball on this event, but it is typical Tesla. We've seen that with the YouTube ads as well, right? It's as if they're giving marketing material to an engineer and not to a marketing specialist. Same with the event, in my opinion. Anyways, going back here to the comparison. So 500 miles, now 320, or with the extender, 440 miles. And by the way, this is estimates. On the website, it's still written with a little star. So we're not really sure that it's actually going to be 320. Can be a bit less, can be a bit more. And yes, I'm already going to add this right now. In the coming years, range can become better and price will be also lower. I'm going to talk about the price aspect in just a second. But basically, you can pause the screen and look at that comparison for Tri-Motor 2019 to Cyber Beast 2023. It's, of course, $40,000 more expensive. Then if you look at the Cybertruck all-wheel drive 2019 to all-wheel drive 2023, range 300 miles in 2019, now 340 miles or 470 miles in 2023, but it is costing you $30,000 more. And then the last one, which by the way is only available in 2025. So the rear-wheel drive 2019, 250 miles. Right now they say it's going to be 250 miles, but until 2025 things can change. And the price here is $20,000 more expensive. Again, until 2025, ramping up of production, things usually get a bit cheaper as well. Now, touching on the price aspect, because we know there's so much demand for the Tesla Cybertruck right now, I know rumors are circulating around 2 million pre-orders. Even if only 500,000 out of the 2 million actually buy their car, actually make that order, it still has a backlog of what, 2-3 years or so? So why would Tesla price their cars in the cheaper category? It just doesn't make any sense. They cannot produce more cars even if they wanted to. So again, the same playbook here as we've seen with other models. Price it high when demand is extremely high and when you can't produce enough of them. When you will ramp up production, when you will be able to put out way more vehicles and maybe demand is a bit lower than now, yeah, lower the prices because it's also costing you less to produce that car. I mean, I can't understand the people that are complaining. We're either complaining about Tesla's margins falling or Tesla pricing a car that has a lot of orders a bit higher than expected. So which one is it? Do we want higher margins or do we want lower price cars and lower margins? I don't understand. And then you have people like Gary Black saying this is short-term thinking. No, short-term thinking is pricing this car lower just to please Wall Street, to get a short-term boost in stock price. Long-term thinking is now actually thinking about margins, actually knowing that you have a lot of demand, knowing that either way people will buy the car at the prices that are put today, and down the road you will lower the price as you can produce more and more of those vehicles. That's long-term thinking, not short-term analyst, money managers, performance thinking. Then all of this, right? All the accessories. Why not talk about all of these options during that event? I mean, of course, there are some things here that maybe, yeah, okay, you don't really have to talk about, but the extender, the camping, all of that, you could have talked about during that event. I mean, it is a truck. People buy it to go camping, to go to work, to do whatever they want with it. So why not? Why not cover all of this during that event? Now, Cybertruck, where does it fit in the trucking enthusiast world? Because you have Rivian, in my opinion, Rivian, a very, very cool truck, a truck maybe for families that like to go camping, stuff like that. But since it's a nice truck, I don't really think that you will go in the nature because one scratch and your paint is done. Then you have the Ford, the GM models, right? Purely work. I mean, those are monster trucks, even though the Cybertruck beat it in that video. But these will be trucks that you will use for work, right? I mean, until the perception changes that EVs can do the work as well, I think these will be in that category. Then you have the Cybertruck, which probably fits in the middle. You can go camping, you can go off-roading, you don't really care about scratches, stuff like that, because, well, I mean, stainless steel, even bullets can't penetrate that, so you don't really have an issue there. And if you want to work with that as well, it works perfectly. Now, I know people will say, oh, but what about the range anxiety and all of that? It's all about what you have in your head. Because people that are used to gas cars only go at the pump station, I don't know, once a week, twice a week, stuff like that. So when they have an electric car, they're never really thinking about, I can actually charge it at home as well. And by the way, for those that are on the road and stuff like that, I mean, don't you want to go drink something, eat something in the middle of the day? You can always plug it in, eat, come back, and you're good to go. So yeah, the perception about range needs to change. Maybe Tesla can do something about it. Who knows? But the Cybertruck will fit in a category, whether it's for adventure, whether it's for work, or both. I think there is a category for that. Of course, I did that poll. Do you think, or do your friends and family think this is ugly? This is cool. What the heck is this? I think the answers are pretty clear. A lot of people are first like, what is this? Or this is extremely ugly, or this is extremely cool. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Then moving on to the energy side of things. So, SEC invest in one of the world's biggest battery projects. And no, this is not the SEC Financial Institute. So, they say here that they are accelerating the renewable energy transition by investing in one of the world's biggest battery project, the Melbourne Renewable Energy Hub. The hub will be comprised of 3 battery components totaling 600 megawatts in size and is being developed in partnership with renewable energy investors Equus Australia. Tesla will supply the batteries and Samsung will supply the remaining components of the storage system. Once complete, the hub will deliver 1.6 gigawatt hours of energy storage with potential to expand. That's enough to power around 200,000 homes during peak evening consumption. Construction of the facility is now underway and is also expected to create more than 155 jobs, including up to 14 apprentice and trainee roles. Completion is expected in late 2025. I know we're all talking about the cars part of the business, AI, stuff like that, but I do still think that the energy side of things at Tesla is extremely underrated. Now, last thing here is the graph. We continue our uptrend in the last couple of weeks, despite having one red week here, but I mean, we're still going higher and higher, even with all the noise that we're getting from Cybertruck events, from other headlines, from Elon, from X, stuff like that. The stock continues to perform maybe a bit weaker than other companies out there, but I mean, the trend here is pretty clear. At the end of October, we were at around $200. We're now at closer to $240, above the 200-day moving average, above the 50 and the 21 as well, while RSI is still pretty neutral. So overall, quite a week, whether it's X, Elon, or the Cybertruck delivery event, but you have to think past all those short-term catalysts. Think about the company, think about years and years ahead, think about the vehicle business, the energy side of things, AI, Dojo, Optimus, if you want to talk about that, FSD, stuff like that. Oh, by the way, FSD, with regards to the Cybertruck, I believe they said that they're going to honor the $7,000 Cybertruck FSD order. So yes, while the car is more expensive, you're also getting FSD at a cheaper price. Wanted to add that because that basically contributes a bit to a reduction of the overall cost of your vehicle. And yes, the cost of ownership should be lower than a gas truck. So that will be it for this video. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if not. Of course, share your thoughts down in the comments below. And I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.